How many of your thoughts are actually true? That's a question that I've been invited to ponder today. And to really ponder that question with the mind can take the mind down all of these rabbit holes of elasticity and eclectic intergalactic forms of self-interpretation. All of which, if remaining within the mind, will just spiral on and on and on and on and on and on. Because the mind loves to just talk to itself on the microcosmic level and on the macrocosmic. Such that the question is, how truly can you feel the truth of your thoughts? Can you feel within your body, within your being, within your heart, within your soul, where the truth of your thoughts comes from? Or on the other side, where does the falsity of your thoughts come from? We are not our thoughts merely, though our thoughts do play a massive role in who we are. We are this consortium of present being, embodied emanations of soulful breath. And sometimes we are the environment presenting itself. And there were either two crows fighting or a crow fighting an eagle of some kind, or like a hawk or an osprey. Which came to shatter the illusions of my mind, trying to create some discourse about its own self, and to just hold on. Slow down. Observe. Because sometimes the truest thoughts are found in silence. And in listening. But nevertheless, to give some kind of clarity and direction to these musings and to this transmission of things I've just pondered by way of invitation. The question as to the truth of each of your thoughts. How do you actually determine if a thought that you have is true? The mind can't seem to do it. But the heart knows truth. And the heart not only knows truth, the heart feels truth. Such that there's an invitation in that question concerning the truth of each of your thoughts to harmonize your mind with your heart, so that the mind, when it is thinking, can check in with the heart and say, how does this feel? If I have a thought that says, I am unworthy of receiving this gift that I've just been offered, or any kind of unworthy thought, which is very prevalent in our individual and collective mind space. As we ponder the truth of that thought, we somatically find our way from mind into heart, and we ask the heart, how does this thought feel in the body? How does the thought that I am unworthy feel when I speak the words, when I utter the thought vibrations to my heart, to the thing, to the organ that gives my body and my being life, to the organ that carries my soul, to the organ that is guided by the breath of God and that filtrates the breath of God and the breaths of the trees and the breath of the universe and the universal breath, which I am. How does my heart feel when I pour into it a thought that says, I am unworthy? For me, it feels like, oh, okay, I must have done something wrong. Like, oh, I better hide. And something that I know to be true is that truth does not hide. Well, sometimes truth is hidden. But generally, truth simply is, and abounds and expands, and uncovers itself from its own hiding, such that in feeling my way through the thought, I am unworthy, feeling this desire to hide and to constrict within my heart, I can then ask myself, what does it feel like to say, I am worthy. I am a child of God. And I know this to be true. And I feel that innate worthiness in the divinity which was bestowed upon me by my Creator. As I speak these words, think these words into my heart, the immediate feeling is that of a passionate flame of peace and stillness, which speaks the words reflectively, I am. I am. And there's not no joy in it, but it's not like the primary characteristic of this thought feeling emanation is like, yay, I celebrate. It's not like joy. It is just a simple, soft gaze. So, I am. I hear truth, I feel truth, I recognize it, and I abide in the truth of my being. Simply. And that's it. That's it. There's no question about it. There's no self-doubt, there's no spirals to be like, are you sure? Oh, but what if it's wrong? The feeling itself simply is. So I'm going to at least name the brother who inspired this practice and gave us a workshop on this. Armin Shafi. Shout out to you, Armin. And so he offers me this practice to ponder in whatever way I interpret it, because there's bumblebee just flew by. It went so deep, and the mind and the heart can take it so many different directions in each unique expression of humanity, which each individual being is. Such that the practice that I receive from that invitation and that offering and the pondering of that question as to the truth of our thoughts is just to notice when these thoughts emerge. Notice, and then simply ask, is this true? How do I ask if this thought is true? Well, one way is to send the thought to the heart. How does that feel? It feels like this. It feels like this. It feels like this. Like, the feeling itself will then speak on behalf of the thought. And then you are closer to the truth within the heart. And if you want, you can just return back to the mind and then like spiral around about what is true and not true. Or you can sit in your heart. Or you can even go from your heart to your stomach, or to your feet and your legs, your arms, your fingertips. Why not bring the thought with awareness and breath into any place in your body or into any place in your environs, which in some sense are co-extensions of your body, of your interconnected being with creation. All the self-same breath of God. So that's what I have. And I'm still discovering this. This is very fresh in my mind and my heart. So as that journey unfolds, perhaps I'll have more to say about it. The last thing I'll say is a thought that I had, which is truth is truth. And that seems like a true thought to my mind. And when I send it to my heart, when I send that thought to my heart, it feels right. Primarily because I truly hear the waves. And I hear within them the eternity from which they come. And I hear the sound of those waves, and I feel the sound of those waves caressing my heart. And that feels like a truth that I will sit with. Thank you. And be blessed.